So there's two plumes associated with polymetallic nodule collection and the system design that we have. There's the benthic plume. There's also what we call a midwater plume. When the nodules get to the surface vessel, they're cleaned, they're dewatered, and that 3 to 5% of sediment that's gone up the pipe is left. So that goes down a return pipe and is released back into the water column. Our system releases this at 2,000 meters. Most fish forage in the top few hundred meters of the ocean. They can get down to 500, 1,000 meters. So we have this large vertical separation between our activities and the main areas where fish are actually feeding and breeding. There's been a few papers out there saying that because fishing ranges and deep sea mining leases overlap, then the commercial fisheries are at risk. What they do not mention in those papers is the spatial separation between where fish forage and where we're actually disturbing sediment. The ISA have a technical paper out on this very topic, and their conclusion is that because even though there may be horizontal overlap between fishing areas and mining areas, this vertical separation means that the risk is negligible. So during the collector test, the midwater plume was monitored by, there was two main ways to monitor it. We had an ROV actually following the pipe and collecting samples, water samples, at different distances away from the outlet. We also released what we call CTDs down through the water column. And what these CTDs do, they collect water samples at different depths. We'd collect a sample right next to the outlet and then at various distances away from it. So what this does, it gives us a gradient of concentration of the midwater plume. This empirical data has then been put into a model. That model has been scaled up to a full-size production scale. And from that, we can model what the midwater plume would look like when we go into full production. For what we're calling Project Zero, which is our first iteration of a commercial project, the midwater plume is a pancake, which is 20 square kilometers in area and about 150 meters deep, of concentrations of sediment that are above the natural range of variations. That's a very different picture to claims that midwater plumes could spread for thousands of square kilometers. In the big scheme of things, and when you consider the volume of the Pacific Ocean, that is absolutely minute. And we expect those zones of high impact, it'll be a very small area right at the end of the outlet pipe. When people talk about midwater plumes, they don't appreciate how efficient the new systems are at actually keeping the sediment on the seabed. And a very small fraction actually goes up to the surface vessel. So because there's very little sediment going up to the surface and there's very little sediment being released, what we find is it dilutes almost immediately. So we have this very small volume of water where we have concentrations above the natural range of variation, but within several kilometers away from that outlet, we're right back to undetectable levels within the natural range of variation.